A little over 2 months ago, I decided I would do only full body workouts for the foreseeable future. My reasoning was simple. Before this, I was typically splitting up my workouts into upper body and lower body days, but I always found that if I did one before the other, even with 1 or 2 days off, well, it felt like one or the other suffered. But experimenting with full body workouts here and there in the past, I always realized on days where I felt really good, well, I was able to work out every body part really good. And then on days where I felt really bad, well, the workout didn't go so well anyways, but everything got worked pretty much evenly. So what I was hoping to discover was a more balanced way of training for my entire body to make it all work together rather than favoring one over the other. And then the other reason I decided to only do full body workouts was because I felt like it might be more natural, and through this more natural way of training might allow the body to sync up better for better overall strength, connectivity, athleticism, injury prevention, and full body resilience. Now, this didn't come without its challenges. First of all, the biggest challenge that became apparent to me early on was how was I going to condense a full body's worth of workouts into one workout day with enough stimulus to at least maintain but hopefully gain aesthetics and performance. Well, for the first week, my approach was to focus on compound exercises. Those are exercises, calisthenics, or lifts that work entire muscle groups at once. Think about pushing movements, pulling movements, squatting movements, as opposed to isolation exercises, like an isolated bicep curl or an isolated tricep extension. So for the first week, I kept the core of these workouts around movements like pushing, push-ups, pressing, incline press, or pulling, pull-ups, machine pull-downs, and then for legs, movements like squats or jump squats, jump lunges, or even sprinting. All of these exercises work entire muscle groups in either the upper body or lower body category at once. Now, because I was doing full body workouts, I would pair, for instance, push-ups with jump squats or jumping lunges and sprints. And then if I was working on pressing like incline press, then I would also do front squats for the lower body, or using machines to do similar compound movements, but including both upper and lower body compounds on the same day. And during the first week, working the entire body each exercise day, primarily through these compound lifts, what I noticed early on was it was quite fatiguing. Typically, I would start with 3 to 5 working sets of an upper body compound lift or exercise. Then my second exercise would immediately be my lower body compound lift or exercise so that I could hopefully hit a large volume of the body before fatiguing too quickly. But just after these 2 compound exercises, I was typically always very fatigued, and it was hard to do much more volume throughout the rest of the workout. On top of this, as opposed to working out 4 to 5 times a week like I was doing prior, doing these full body workouts, I found myself only able to have 3 workouts this first week to still have adequate recovery between each workout. Going into week 2, I continued to dial in my full body workouts, and a weekly theme started to emerge. The first day of the week, I was focused on full body calisthenics, so push-ups, pull-ups, bodyweight squats, or jump squats, jump lunges, and or sprints, and or jogging. Now, after a rest day, my next full body workout would be full body with weights, but I would try to change up the plane of my compound lifts. For instance, if I did push-ups on the first day of the week, then on my second workout day of the week, I would do incline press as opposed to bench press, so that I was changing the plane of motion up from more of a horizontal press like in push-ups to more of a vertical press like in incline press, in order to work different muscle groups throughout the week because of the lower volume of exercises. And rather than just completing a segment of the body at each workout day, I would think about dividing that segment up over the 3 workout days of the week so that I could train full body each workout day. And this leads me to the third day of the week, which was forming into more of a fill-in-the-blank full-body workout day, working out areas that I felt like I needed to touch on, whether they were weak spots or they were missed in the first 2 full-body workouts of the week. Now, I must mention, one more area that I was including in every full-body workout up until this point was core. Now, I was including it towards the end of my workouts, so I was a little bit more fatigued when working out core, but I still felt like it was very important to include it because the core really ties together the lower and upper body. And in my opinion, on this full body journey, especially if I wasn't training core, then I was probably leaving some serious gains on the table. But then, at the end of week 2, only 6 full body workouts into this journey, I was really feeling super tired and beat up, and what started as me taking an extra rest day turned into 5 total days off before my next workout. I don't know if I was coming down with something or by jumping into this full body workout journey just over fatigued me. This was surprising because it felt like I was doing so much less volume, but at the same time I was just feeling so much more fatigue. I feel like there's a mental adjustment going from doing more isolation work to doing full body workouts. Regardless, after taking 5 days off, I came back feeling fresh and ready to attack these full body workouts once again. Now, I should mention around this time, I got involved in this demo reno project that was essentially a full body workout in itself. Anyways, throughout the bulk of this grunt work phase, I cut my full body workouts in the gym down to twice a week. If I was lucky, there was like 1 week there where I only went once. But even with a week only going to the gym once, doing a full body workout, well, allowed me to train the entire body. And as you might have inferred from statements I made earlier, there was just this sense of completion after doing a full body workout as opposed to doing a workout only focused on one segment of the body, where there's that lingering feeling that you need to come back again to hit that opposing body part or those other body parts to make a complete whole. Definitely a big mental plus for efficiency regarding full body workouts, but I would say at the cost of having to keep the workouts more tailored so as to maintain energy throughout this entire body workout. Now, what happened next might be a strange take, but it's just what happened. But over the next couple of weeks of doing full body workouts when I could, I noticed the style of these workouts gear more towards athleticism, more like functional compound lifts, more core, sprints, jumps, explosive lateral movements, and also grip training. But yeah, I noticed what felt like naturally things shifting from this weight training bodybuilding aesthetic goal style of training to this more functional athleticism training. But I do have to say, for this like athleticism style, it really felt like this went hand in hand. You know, like naturally, why would one just work out the arms? It seems like in some kind of naturally challenging scenario, the full body would be utilized. So I don't know if my training morphed into this naturally because that's just how full body training would naturally be used, or maybe it was just getting nicer outside and I was like, I want to be more athletic, and it just coincidentally worked very good hand in hand. But something was happening throughout this entire phase of doing these full body workouts, and even before this, but that was building up, happening more and more frequent to me, that caused me to eventually decide at the end of the 2 months to stop only training full body and shift my training focus to something that was much more important. So what was happening is my old lower back injury just kept flaring up more and more frequently. Now, I just want to make it clear, I don't think this was solely due to full body workouts only. In fact, there were several other factors, some I haven't even touched on yet, that I think were contributing to this. And stay tuned for future videos where I'm planning to dive in and hopefully explain everything as I make videos on the re-strengthening, rebalancing process. I have this whole thing planned out going forward. I'll touch on more on that in a minute. But regarding only doing full body workouts, well, I was realizing towards the end of these 2 months that they definitely weren't helping my low back injury get better. And I think that's really just because I wasn't allowing enough time for the injury to fully heal itself, or at least heal itself to that degree where I could do a full body workout that wouldn't be aggravating the lower back, but in fact strengthening the lower back. So I came to the conclusion, and hopefully it wasn't too late, that I really needed to take some time to re-strengthen slowly and rehabilitate and rebalance the core and back. And well, that's actually my plan going forward now, departing from the rule that the workout always has to be full body, even though I was enjoying this new like full body connection athleticism feeling that I was getting towards the end of the 2nd month. And with that being said, my intention for this video wasn't to be like I started doing full body workouts 60 days ago and look at how my body transformed, but rather a look into the potential benefits and downsides that I discovered and experienced throughout this journey doing full body workouts only every workout over the course of these 60 days. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you've experimented with only doing full body workouts and or include full body workouts in your workout regimen right now. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. I will see you all in the next video. but you gotta focus.